Title: Tom's Adventure at the Zoo. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a young boy named Tom. Tom was very excited because today was a special day. His class was going on a field trip to the zoo. Tom loved animals, and he couldn't wait to see them up close. Tom and his classmates hopped onto a big yellow school bus. They chattered with excitement as the bus rumbled down the road. When they arrived at the zoo, Tom's heart skipped a beat. He could see colorful signs with pictures of lions, elephants, and giraffes. The teacher led the class to the entrance, where they each got a map of the zoo. Tom's map had pictures of all the animals and their names. He decided to start with the lions. The lion enclosure was enormous, and Tom saw a big, majestic lion lying in the grass. "Wow! Look at the lion," Tom said to his friend, Lily. Lily smiled and said, "Yes, Tom, it's amazing. Lions are the kings of the jungle." Tom nodded and pointed to the lion's picture on his map. "Lion," he said, practicing his English. After spending some time watching the lions, the class moved on to the elephant enclosure. Tom was amazed by how huge and gentle the elephants were. He watched them eat leaves with their long trunks and even saw a baby elephant. "Elephant," Tom repeated, checking it off on his map. Next, they visited the giraffes. Tom had never seen animals with such long necks before. He watched as they gracefully moved around and reached for leaves at the top of the trees. "Giraffe," Tom said, adding another word to his growing list. As the day went on, Tom and his classmates explored more parts of the zoo. They saw zebras, tigers, and even playful monkeys swinging from tree branches. Tom was learning so many new words in English, and he was having a blast. At lunchtime, they all sat down to eat their sandwiches and share their favorite animal encounters. Tom told his friends about the lions, elephants, and giraffes he had seen. They were all impressed with his enthusiasm. After lunch, it was time to visit the birds. Tom walked through a large aviary filled with colorful parrots, exotic toucans, and graceful flamingos. He loved the sound of the birds chirping and squawking. "Birds," Tom said happily, pointing at the different species. The last stop was the reptile house. Tom felt a little nervous as they entered because some of the reptiles looked quite scary. He saw snakes, lizards, and even a crocodile. "Reptiles," Tom whispered to himself, trying to remember the word. As the day came to an end, Tom felt tired but incredibly happy. He had learned so much about animals and had practiced many English words. He thanked his teacher and said goodbye to the zoo animals, promising to visit them again soon. Back on the bus, Tom looked at his map one more time and smiled. He had a great adventure and learned a lot today. He knew that learning English could be fun, especially when it involved exciting trips like this one. As the bus drove back to town, Tom couldn't wait to tell his family about his day at the zoo. And he knew that he would always remember the English words he had learned on this special adventure. When Tom got home, he rushed to the kitchen where his mom was making dinner. "Mom, guess what?" he exclaimed. "I went to the zoo today, and I saw lions, elephants, and giraffes." His mom smiled warmly. "That sounds like so much fun, Tom. Tell me all about it." Tom eagerly recounted his day, using the English words he had learned. He showed his mom the map he had kept as a souvenir, and she praised his efforts. "You're doing a great job with your English, Tom. Keep it up." The next morning, Tom woke up early and decided to create a scrapbook of his zoo adventure. He printed out pictures of the animals he had seen and wrote the English names next to them. It was a creative way for him to remember the new words. As the days passed, Tom continued to practice his English by talking about the zoo trip with his family and friends. He also began watching English language cartoons and listening to English songs, making learning fun. One weekend, Tom's family decided to have a picnic in the park. They brought a basket full of sandwiches, fruit, and lemonade. Tom spotted some squirrels playing nearby and exclaimed, "Look, Mom, squirrels!" His mom smiled and nodded. "That's right, Tom. Squirrels are cute little animals that like to climb trees and eat nuts." During the picnic, they saw ducks swimming in the pond and butterflies fluttering by. Tom was excited to use the English words he had learned to describe all the animals and insects around them. As the months went by, Tom's English vocabulary continued to grow. He even started helping his classmates at school with their English lessons. His teacher praised him for his dedication to learning the language. One day, Tom's teacher announced that the class would be writing a report about their favorite animal. Tom knew immediately which animal he wanted to write about: the giraffe. He had been fascinated by them since his zoo trip. With his mom's help, Tom researched giraffes and their habitat. He carefully wrote his report in English, describing their long necks, spotted coats, and the interesting facts he had learned. When he presented his report to the class, everyone was impressed. Tom's journey of learning English through stories and experiences continued. He discovered new words every day, whether it was while reading a book, watching a movie, or simply having a conversation. English had become a part of his life, and he was grateful for the exciting adventure that had started at the zoo. One summer, Tom's family decided to take a vacation to a place where English was the primary language. Tom was both excited and nervous about the trip. He knew it would be an opportunity to practice his English in real-life situations. At the airport, Tom confidently greeted the airport staff in English, saying hello and thank you. He was amazed at how the airport signs were all in English, just like his map from the zoo. During their vacation, Tom ordered food in English at restaurants, asked for directions, and even made some new friends who spoke English. He felt a sense of accomplishment every time he successfully communicated in the language he had learned. When they returned home, Tom realized how much his English had improved. He was now able to have conversations with people from different countries, and he could understand English books and movies without any trouble. As Tom grew older, he continued to study English in school and became fluent in the language. His love for learning had started with that exciting trip to the zoo, and it had opened up a world of opportunities for him. Tom's journey showed that learning a new language could be an incredible adventure filled with fun experiences, new friendships, and a whole world of possibilities. And it all began with a simple trip to the zoo. So, whether you're learning English or any other language, remember that every word you learn is like a key that unlocks a new door to the world of knowledge and communication. Embrace the adventure, and who knows where it might take you.